Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Asia. Good morning, everywhere. Where it's good morning right now, and good afternoon, good evening, good day to everybody, everywhere else. So I just thought I need to do some things. I need to get back into my mojo and do some exciting things, share some things that have helped me, share some things that I have been doing over last few decades, but I stopped doing last few years. So yeah, I'm just here on live with Sebastian to share with you 5 life hacks for the battlefield of life that have helped me in different ways to cope with the battle called life. So let's talk about it in a second. And here we are, and let's adjust the camera. So I'm Sebastian Ane, the Almost Naked CEO, and I just wanted to share with you 5 little life hacks, or whatever the term is, growth hacks, life hacks, that have been helping me over and again in my life to do the battlefield of life itself. So I'm going to share with you a few things that I do, very simple things, but things that are really, really important and that I do to kind of overcome my challenges, overcome my struggles in life. So, and if you are commenting anywhere from within a Facebook group, there's a little link. Click on that so I can see your name as well. Otherwise, I do not see your name. So I know somebody is saying yo, but I don't know who that is. So, or maybe sign off with your name. So, let's jump straight into it. 5 things, very, very simple things that have helped me over and again to overcome challenges, to overcome struggles within life, business, professional, personal, relationships, or anything. And trust me, these 5 things really don't have much to do with these things directly, but they have everything to do with you, right? Your mindset, your heart, body, and mind. So let's jump straight into it. I said that already. First thing is subconscious. You know, treat and feed your subconscious positively. Subconscious accepts what you feed it. If life events and your reactions to these events have fed you subconscious negative information, struggles, trauma, it will register that and recycle that information in your mindset. The only way to overcome this specious mindset that is constantly driving you into a cycle of negative thoughts and events, and there's a cycle happening non-stop and you're not coming out of it. The only way to beat that is to intentionally and repeatedly and frequently feed the accurate information to your subconscious that will help improve your mindset, that is based on facts, clarity, and courage to become who you really aspire to be. It is very, very important to be true to yourself. It is very, very important to actually feed that positive energy, positive thinking constantly to your mind so that your subconscious starts learning to be positive, keep your heart, mind, and body positive along with you. Second thing, now it's a very common thing, Most of us know it, and yet we don't do it. And that is value your sleep. And I say this, value your sleep like you cannot afford the alimony if your sleep divorced you. See, scientific and medical facts about sleep is, that this is the only time that your heart, body, and mind, and soul have an opportunity to work in sync towards repairing everything that you have put them through during your awake time. So it's really, really important that you do have a very consistent and regular and a minimum 6 to 7 hours sleeping pattern where you can have a sound sleep, you can relax and let your heart, body and mind be repaired and prepare itself for the next day. Because you know what happens with sleep deprivation? Sleep deprivation causes poor judgment. Sleep deprivation causes lack of focus and cohesion. Sleep deprivation leads to mood swings that are not really you and creates a misrepresentation of who you really are. People misunderstand you because of the reactions you're giving, which are not really you. It's just sleep deprivation. And then sleep deprivation also reduces your body's ability to fight illness as your immune system starts struggling and it gets compromised and it can no longer take the same heat from all the external factors, and you start getting sick a lot more, migraines, all sort of things. And so yeah, it's really important that you have a good sleep. And finally, sleep deprivation actually increases your stress anxiety level. We say that because of stress I can't sleep, because I'm anxious I can't sleep, but it's also the other way around. Because you're not sleeping, your stress and anxiety are increasing. So it's a cycle that you're creating that you need to fight. And for that, it is really, really important that you value your sleep, as I said, like the alimony that you'll have to pay if sleep divorced you is something you can never afford. So it's that simple as that. You have to value your sleep, you have to value your health. If you're sleeping well, if you're giving your body and mind and heart enough break, it is going to be repaired and prepared for the next day, for the next battle, day after day, without any problem. And third life hack that I say is accept your truth. This is something very personal to me. Until I realized that, I always battled and struggled and always had questions. Why is this happening to me? Why things are not working out? Because what was happening is I was not accepting the truth I am living, and hence I was trying to work with what I was not accepting, and what I wasn't accepting. Uh, that created a space where I was working with a lie, or not necessarily a lie, but something that's not true version of me, or something that I'm not truly experiencing, and I'm pretending everything is okay. I'm pretending that I might be in a certain state of mind, but I'm showing the world that it's different. Say whatever, but it is true. No human being lives an absolute, authentic, and unfiltered and unmasked life. We all have two faces. One that we present to everybody around us, including the ones we love, and one that only and only we know, we understand, and are constantly in touch with. While I don't have any scientific data to back this up, it is pretty much a universal reality, isn't it? That we live most of our lives trying to fit into boxes and circles and tick boxes and checklists, even when we claim to be super authentic, super independent, and super non conforming. Um, we are a social species, right? We are social animal. We are wired to adjust according to where we are, what's happening around us, the company we are in. And the moment we adjust, moment we make that little shift, we are living a little different version of ourselves than what really is us, right? Good or bad, happy or sad, positive or negative, scary or joyful. We need to accept what your life really is, and where you truly stand in your life, including your challenges, your negatives, your positives, as soon as you start accepting it, really what is going on in your life, you live more confident, more authentic, and more transparent in life than many others, because that fact is, the most important person who needs to accept what your life is has accepted that, and that is you. And when you accept that, you just have this courage, this power, and the best part, you feel safer, you feel stronger, and you're more in touch with your own reality at all times. And it just, accepting your truth prepares you to deal with everything else in relevance to your truth, rather than trying to pretend and be something else, someone else that you're not. And now, again, I'm going into one medical or one psychological kind of a thing in all these hacks. And next thing that I actually, we all know, we all talk about, and I have always known, but only recently I started doing it again. So the next life hack is very simple again. Drink a lot of real water. Now, what do I mean when I say real water? Again, I'm no scientist or a doctor. I tried to be, but I gave up too quick. I changed my subjects. Uh, but it is very evident, most of us either do not drink enough water, or drink a version of water that is not cleansing it enough to be called water. We love adding flavors, colors, and brands to our waters, energy drinks and this and that. So we call it the mineral water. The fact is, it's still not true water. It is somehow processed in some way, and based on that, we claim that we drink heaps of water. Well, we don't. So I started doing this 75 hard challenge approximately 60, 50 or 55 or 60 days ago, which requires, one of the requirement it has is that you have to drink 1 gallon of water every single day. You know, no lemon, no flavors, no fruit flavors, nothing at all. It has to be pure water. Uh, you know, Nothing, just water. And it has been freaking amazing. How it is transforming my life is phenomenal. Initially, it was really, really hard with me running to the washroom every few minutes. But as my body started to adjust to the intake of water, and water started cleansing my body of the toxins, I started feeling more present, more present with myself, with my surroundings, with everything I was doing. It is now actually helping me have clear thinking, being more aware of myself. And there is this never before energy that I have, the stamina I have in things I'm doing that I've not had in a long time. So, drinking water really, really does make a difference. I strongly recommend drink a lot of water. And, if please go ahead and check out 75 Hard Challenge. I am really enjoying it. There are struggles that it is a challenge. So, I have failed 4 times and I'm doing it the fifth time. But because I haven't stopped, even though I think like I'm at my eighth or ninth day today, but because I've done constantly, even after failing, I'm like at 55th or 56th day, and it's not a failure because I'm constantly improving in my body, in my heart, in my mindset, in everything that I'm doing. So, it is still helping. It is still helping me be more me and get in touch with more me. Now, next life hack you're gonna love. If you love music, you're gonna love this one, because how do you listen to your music right now? While you're on, you know, yes, thank you, Rachel, for joining in. Rachel says, morning. Yes, water is important. Absolutely. Water is absolutely freaking lovely important, right? So another thing that's happening, we're listening to music. How do you listen to your music? We listen while we're on the go, in the train, tram, whatever your local, travel mode is, or you're driving and you're listening. You've got your music going on, you're driving, so you're busy, but or while you're working and you just got your headphones on, just like I do right now, and you're listening to the music and all that. But there's a little different approach I say to do with listening to your music. Listen to your music 15 minutes a day with no other interruptions, no other setup. In today's hustle and bustle of life, even though we have our earphones and smart devices and that allow us to carry our music anywhere and listen on the go, it doesn't really mean anything to our heart and mind because we're making it too mechanical. We're making it a task. Music is supposed to be recreational and relaxing hobby. uh, it should be it needs to be a habit that we enjoy. It needs to be something that relaxes us, that makes us happy. But when we do it as while I'm doing this, let me also do this kind of task, it only becomes one of many to-do items and loses its meaning as a relaxation activity for our heart and mind. You know, Originally I thought of this. I think in back in 2008, I experimented with this. I kind of felt just by chance a couple of times. I was listening to the music. I started my day by listening to the music by doing nothing else, and kind of felt like, oh wow, my day went really well just because I had this really great song in the morning. I did a little dance, I sang to myself, and I kind of thought, oh, maybe just let's do an experiment. Um, so back in 2008, I experimented. I remember I was in Carnegie. Was I in Carnegie? I think I was in my Carnegie home. Um, I lived in a little unit by myself, one bedroom unit, and so I had a lot of time by myself. But I was always on the go, studying in uni and TAFE, studying for my degree, uh, doing part-time job, helping a couple of friends with certain things, and on the go listening to music. But I wasn't really enjoying it. So when I realized those 2 3 days when I was just listening to music and doing nothing else, and I had a little dance first thing in the morning, how it made my days better. So I was blown away with how much more positive, focused, and happy my days started becoming. So I in this experiment for 30 days. I made it a habit. I get up at approximately, well, now I work 2 shifts, but I used to get up at that time at 4:30 a.m. That's kind of my pattern if I'm not working shift times. Since early childhood, I get up at like 4:30 a.m. and I would go and get fresh and everything. And at 5 a.m. sharp, I would put my music on, put everything else away, turn off the TV, nothing else. Even have like, just literally not even go into the balcony, just in my bedroom, get off my bed, put my music in, and I would just start dancing. I would close my eyes, I would dance, and oh my God, I dropped everything, listening to the music I love, and just doing, singing back to myself, dancing for those 15 minutes. Nothing else controlled me. I was not eating while I was dancing and singing. I was not writing. I was not making notes. I was not reading anything else. I was not watching anything else. During those 15 minutes, the only thing that I did was close my eyes, get up and dance and listen to the music I love and enjoy. All right, maybe I am a bad singer, but I was by myself, so nobody was tortured in the process. Uh, but that's the kind of part of music. Enjoying those 15 minutes was really, really transformational, and it changed my life. And then again, in 2014, I fell off the wagon. I stopped doing this. So since 2008 till 2014, I did it every single day. And then 2014, I fell off the wagon. Without even realizing, I just stopped. Like I was still listening to music, but I stopped the morning ritual, and I let other things take my 15 minutes music because I was so busy. So 15 minutes were very precious and all that. And in the process, I took away a celebration from me, you know, and suddenly, and 2014 and 2020, March 2020 is exactly when I thought, hey, there was a time I really used to have great mornings, and this was one ritual I did. So I was like, you know what? Fuck. I gave up my listening to music ritual. That was my only time. Nobody mattered, nothing else mattered, just the music and me. And instantly I decided to start my day with my 15-minute music ritual, and voila. I started, I think it was 7th or 8th March, and in this year. And oh my God, since doing that, since starting my day with listening to the music, closing everything else, dancing to myself, so much is happening, including the stuff I was so scared to delve into, but I needed to deal with it, and it's because I'm allowing myself to celebrate my life for just 15 minutes, with no one else, nothing else, no distraction, no other task receiving any importance from me than me listening to my favorite music, having a little dance, celebrating my 15 minutes, having a party with myself. So this has really changed, and I'm making such big decisions. I'm in so much better place. There are things I'm still challenged with. Life is still going to happen, but because of this little, these little 5 hacks, a lot is changing, and I'm getting so much more strength and power within myself. That's that's just making this battlefield called life so much more easier, so much more, so much more connected to myself, and so much more power within myself. So, these are the 5 things, 5 among many other things, that time and again have helped me to regain my strength, my focus, and prepare myself for the battle of being a social animal, who has to perform various roles in society, fulfill many responsibilities, and fight many wars intentionally, internally and externally, day in and day out, uh, in order to complete the mission called life. I call it a mission. Um, yeah, so I'm sharing in this hope that if anyone, uh, you know, i- if any of these hacks or all of these hacks help anyone, one person, someone, or many people out there, who are struggling with any aspect of life and just need a little structure, a little process that constantly repairs them, rebuilds them, and empowers them, and empowers our heart, body, and mind to carry on and complete the mission called life in a best possible version we could create, leaving a legacy that we can be proud of. It's worth it. So hopefully, my little hacks will help you. So I'm just going to quickly summarize them. Feed positive to your subconscious. Always try and feel positive thoughts to your subconscious intentionally, repeatedly, and frequently, and it's going to repair your subconscious into a positive cycle, positive mindset, positive life. Value your sleep like you cannot afford the alimony if your sleep wanted to divorce you. Accept your truth. Know where you really stand. Doesn't matter what the world has to say. And drink a lot of real water, no flavors, no bullshit. And listen to music 15 minutes a day, first thing in the morning, all by yourself with no other distractions, no making notes and nothing. And, see how it helps you. Um, yeah, so these are my little hacks. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with me and allowing me to be on your devices. And I hope I made it worth your while. Remember to be brilliantly super kind to yourself, because only then you'll ever fucking be able to kind to anyone else. You know, until then, this is Sebastian One, the Almost Naked CEO, and dream big, make it happen. See you guys.